So hi y'all.
Hi.
Okay, we are cool. So welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel, EsotericCloudSurfer here, ready to take another ride in Esoteric Cloud. And today we are not alone. I mean, we are never alone. We have a lot of spirits inside of ourselves, right? But today we have a guest into our channel. Shout out to Anita flying high. Hi Anita, welcome to the channel.
Hi. Thank you for having me, EsotericCloudSurfer. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
All right. Thank you
I
for
hope you are doing
having
very
me.
well today.
Having me as your first guest. I'm
And
very grateful.
let me just introduce the format. I just need to put my phone sound louder. So okay, cool, we cool. Okay, I wasn't hearing you very well because my sound was
Okay.
low. But I think you wished me good energies, right? Or
Can you hear me?
you were saying something like that.
I was saying, how are you? Oh, I said, thank you for having me as your first guest. And I'm really grateful. It's like,
Okay, so
am I coming through okay
say so.
on your end?
No, I'm hearing a bit of static. I don't know if it's from you
Yeah,
or if it's
me too. I'm hearing the static.
okay.
It
Let me
wasn't
refresh the live
before.
stream real
Okay.
quick.
Let's see. Hey, Daria. Oh, okay. All right. We're gonna get it fixed. We're gonna get it.
Okay, we back.
Oh,
But
that's great.
there is two me's. Okay, we good.
2 years.
Yeah, that was two me's. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's better.
Yeah. So let's begin. Shout out to Anita flying high. Welcome to the channel. I
Thank
hope
you.
you are feeling great today.
I'm
And
feeling really well.
I want to thank you for accepting my invitation to participate in this new format. So Anita knows how the format will roll out, but to the viewers, shout out to everybody watching right now. Shout out to the SoulGroup. Shout out to Daria. Shout out to Dolo, and shout out to everybody that is watching the recorded version as well. So this format, as you could see if you saw the opening scene, is Esoterics, Cloud Surfer, vice versa interviews. Much love to you as well, Daria.
Yes, you too, Daria. Much love.
So, as the name might give a thought to your mind, this is a type of interviews where I ask my guests, in this case Anita, some questions, and they ask some questions back. All right, so this is going to be a more dynamic, more interactive, not so formal round of questions. So also check the Linktree in the description below, because there is my page there, there is Daria's page there, and there is Anita's page there as well. You have my Linktree, which has all of my contents, YouTube, gaming channel, SoundCloud, and so on. Daria's page is her Instagram page, and Anita's link is her YouTube channel and her blog about sports and the connection with gematria and numerology. And taking from that, Anita, would you like to introduce yourself, your business, your work to the audience, please?
Oh, well, yes. Hey, everyone. It's your girl, Anita Flying High. I consider myself a sports witch. I like to talk about football and bring the spirituality into it. It's something that I grew up playing sports, basketball specifically, but I was introduced to football, and I found a passion for it. And then with everything happening, I found a way to be able to share my individuality through it. So you can check it out. I mainly cover women's football on my page, and then as like Esoteric Cloud Surfer was talking about, my sports and spirituality blog. Also, we learning more about the gematria and the numerology behind certain things that go on behind the scenes. Um, so we can, just bring it to the light and have a more equilibrium when we're participating in sports.
And that's it, because sports are very emotional, or they attach to an emotional side, and we must not go under those waves, right? So
Right.
let's first, before we start the real interview, let's see what type of waters are we diving in, right? So we have the sun in Virgo and the moon in Aries that is taking others' dryness very personally, because we are on our feelings, we want to express our visions and imaginations, but people are looking at that in a very serious and making sense way. So they can be just, hey, that will make sense. And they don't hate you, or they don't hate your idea. They just don't really think that makes sense. And they are communicating that to you. But we are going to be taking things very personally, right? Because the moon is in Aries. And very quick, today is the 26th of the month 8 of 2021, according to the Magic Square calendar, or we are in the year 9 according to the New Year's calendar, right? So if you are indulging into the Magic Square, today's energies equate to the number 21, which is 2 plus 1, which equates to 3. So you are creating an awareness, or people are being aware of you, so be careful. If you have something to hide, don't do it today. It's not you. People can create an awareness about that. Or if you are paying attention to your individuality and expressing yourself in more personal, individual terms, today's energies equate to the number 25, which is 2 plus 5, which equates 7. So today is a good day to rest, to separate, or to receive a higher message about yourself and your creative endeavors. So, knowing that, we are ready to start. And because Anita came into our channel, she accepted our invitation. I'm gonna give her the honor to make the first interview. So, Anita, please go ahead and start.
All right. Okay, everyone. I think this is a pretty for me, this question, hopefully it's of value to everyone. Um, my first question to you, Esoteric, is what do you think the best thing we can do? What do you think the best thing we can give each other um, as people right now and at this moment? Or I'm sorry. What is the best thing you think that we can give each other?
Okay.
I guess as people, what do you
As
think?
people, right? I
Yeah.
think is taking it's reminding others that you are a powerful individual, and if you don't have that feeling in you, if you don't believe in that, take your power back. But that's what to do. Now, how to do it, it can have many shapes and forms, right? So, if I was in a position like, hey, as a cloud surfer, now you have a job, help the people, right? Imagine I was in that position. What would I do is uh, first know the people, right? So I can uh, direct them into spaces of clearness. So I will help people take their power back as individuals through a path of clearness, because we as people stand scattered, stand hating each other, neighbors hating neighbors because of colors, beliefs, imaginations, la la land, right? So we need clearness, or in my, we don't need everything, right? But I think if we as people, as a community, as a brain, our brain, and then their brain, right? We need more clearness to see or to not see the things that stand between me and you as individuals. Because if I recognize myself as an individual, I can easily recognize yourself as an individual. So I think the best thing I can give to the people right now, is a shared message that you are an individual, that you are strong and powerful. And if you don't think that, you need some clearness. And then that comes in many ways: meditation, fasting, looking into Anita's channel so you know how to filter through sports, because many people are attached to sports. And as you said in your intro, you give a clear perspective. So I think that's that's the answer. The final answer to my question is a firm affirmation of you got power. You just need to see it, right? You just need to believe in yourself, like for real. This is not just like believe into yourself and then it's done. No, believe into yourself. Be clear about those beliefs and intentions, and then do it. Because if you don't do it, it's the same if you don't believe in yourself. So that's the message. And I believe I do that through my channel, even through my gaming channel. I believe in my expression of my individuality, I already give that. And yeah, that's my final answer. Okay, yeah.
Oh, right.
I was
I
starting
like
to talk too much. I was starting to talk too much. Hold on.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I enjoy I haven't I gotta look at that Gemini, the gifts of Gemini, because I wanted to see what you had said about that. But yeah, all right. That was my first question for you.
Okay, great question. Because I have a question related to that term, and I think I can go right ahead and
Okay.
link it. So let me see. Yeah. So we are right now living in the age of information, but also the age of misinformation, right? That's a fact.
Yes.
That's a wrong
Yes.
fact, right? So, and specifically, we are fighting a mental and spiritual esoteric war, right? The mind is the battlefield. So right. I forgot to do our introduction of our alignments, of our Trinity. I forgot to do that.
Oh, okay, our trilogies.
And the
Okay,
question
yeah.
involves that knowledge. So let me start. The
Okay.
guest of the channel. So I have an Aquarius Sun, a Taurus Moon, and a Libra Rising. You, Anita, what you got for yourself?
All right. I have a Gemini sun, Aquarius moon, and a Leo rising.
Yeah. So now that everybody knows that Anita has an Aquarius Moon and Gemini Sun, I can continue with my question. So we are in the age of information and misinformation, right? And we are fighting a mental war and esoteric war. And you, Anita, being an Aquarius Moon and a Gemini Sun, how do you see yourself in the midst of all of that information, misinformation? How you guide yourself, and how you see, like, being a bit of a representative of the air energy in general, or air signs? How you think it's the best way for you, Anita, and for us, air signs, to maintain our position in the midst of all this misinformation and lies and truths and mix and mingles, how you, having such influential air energies, go through that, and how can you stay clear in your own way?
Well, yeah, being double air, I think a lot. So I'm always I'm always on other people's channels, listening to their information. And so what I've been telling people is that there's a seed in truth. There's a seed in truth in everything, and you really have to take what resonates with you and apply that. What resonates with you, and I feel also, you know, we seek what we're seeking is seeking us as well. So I feel the things that we do seek out intellectually, uh, we have to be able to decipher that. We have to have that discernment because of the misinformation that's out here from a lot of. There's a lot of people that are telling us a lot of things, especially on the YouTube platform. A lot of spiritual teachers out here, and some things that some spaces that they're in. It may be more I would say indoctrinated into certain things, but like I tell, there's a seed of truth in everything. So I try to just take the pieces and take the principles and virtues that I resonate with and go and apply it to my life. But being an air sign, I tell people, you really have to think for yourself. Um, meditation for me, just at least 15 minutes really helps me just stay clear, because I do think a lot. And then some of my alignments make me sometimes want to. Oh, I was starting to notice that I was taking everybody's what they had to say as how do you say? I was taking everybody's advice as word is bond. You know, I was believing everything, every single thing. So for me, I had to be able to separate that and take that and realize that some of the things I don't need to be holding on to, and just kind of keeping it light. And but you really just have to have that clairvoyance and that discernment, because it the information that we're receiving is supposed to be able to help us, you know, just become more aware of ourselves. And but they're using it very well, even it with good intentions, but also we see those with the intentions that are not really. It's kind of like a loop sometimes, like it's the same things over and over and over. And so we have to make sure that, you know, what we tune into, we turn into. So we just got to make sure that we use that discernment that we have. And and you know, I like I said, I just take that seed of truth, and remember, like, I feel like you're just gonna feel when people are talking to you, you're gonna feel that intention that they want, that message, and you're gonna feel that energy, and you're gonna take that, and then it's gonna be good from there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everyone tuning in.
Yeah, indeed. Shout out to everybody. Hi, Lena. Hi, Xavier. Hi, Stephen. And really fast before I lose my point, you touched very two important points in my perspective. One was take what resonates with you, right? And the other one, which was the most recent, and I just forgot, it was about the intentions. It was about the intention that, like, some people, they share information with the good intention, but they happen to spread fear.
Yeah.
Fear mongering, right? And actually, I have a video on the channel about that. It's like about the food, or that is bad for you, that is good for you, like, and that example touches the 2 points that you mentioned. Take what resonates for you and be aware of the intention. Even though they have good intention, they might be spreading some misinformation. And the example of the food is really powerful, because an apple can heal me, and an apple can kill you. It's a very extreme example, but it's to open our perspective to the both perspectives, right?
Right.
So if I make a video like saying, guys, you shouldn't eat apples, it will kill you. And if you, Anita, go and watch my video about apples, and you need an apple to cure your disease or to heal a trauma or something, you will restrain yourself from something that will heal you instead. So by me thinking that I'm helping the world by saying that apples are dangerous, I'm providing somebody else of a piece of healing. But if you, Anita, being the receiver in this example, if you know that apples are good to you already, then my intention to help will not harm you. So that's very important to know, like, they can have bad intentions as well, but I can use their energy or their things in my way. The example I like to use is those little vans. They give candies to the kids, and they rapture the kids, right? Those urban legends. In that case, if you are the kid, just take the candy and go away. Don't enter the van, right? Because the shadow governments, they use weights, and you can take the bait for yourself and make profit on your own, and you don't need them. And just to finalize, my analysis of your answer is, even though you are an air sign, and I think that's a very powerful concept. I don't want to say concept, but it's a very powerful perspective. Is like, even though you are an air sign, you choose to focus on the resonance than in the information itself, than the words itself.
Right.
Right? Because I know that, because I also have a lot of energy. We attach ourselves to others' air, to others' words, and we believe it just because he's saying it. We believe it. Why? Because we go through so much mental process that before we say something, we know it's true. It might not be true, but we think it is, and we believe in it. So when somebody else talks to us, we already go with that sounds a little fuzzy. Oh no, not again. Not again. Is that too bad? Maybe I need to talk a bit slower.
All right. Yeah, maybe a little slower.
All right. Man, it's not cool. It's not cool. So let's talk a bit slower. And finalizing my point, I hope you all heard my point in a clear way. But I was specifying that even though we air signs, we can choose to tap into the frequency instead of just attaching ourselves to the words and information. And I think that's the best way to drive through all of these waves of information and misinformation as well. So,
and I wanted to back up on that intentions as well, because we have to be aware of our intentions when we click on certain people's channels as well. You know, sometimes we're attracted to the title of it, but what also is our intention, and finding that seed. And like I said, there's a truth. There's a seed of truth in everything. So we need to make sure we're going in there with the intention to find that truth, and that truth that resonates with us, and then taking it with us. And also because we know, since we're relearning and unlearning the things that we reprogram certain words for ourselves now. So also we have to remember certain people don't have the words that we have programmed in the same way. So that's another thing, because I listen to a lot of people, so they say things, but I don't use that word in that way. So that's another thing. So it's like it gets a little tricky, because you know we are reprogramming the words that we use for ourselves, but we have that power of discernment. So it's good.
that's what you just said about programming the words for ourselves. It's a really, really powerful tool. Okay. And what Darius is saying as well, it's also very important. As an air sign, you have to have the discernment. You can wait for others to give you the discernment, or to allow you to believe in something because they have the information. You know when something is right and when something is not right. Right?
Right.
So I hope the sound is good. Anita, you can hear me clearly?
It's still a little fuzzy, esoteric. It's still fuzzy.
Okay. Man, I already refreshed the live stream. I don't know
Okay.
what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true, Daria. I'm just here trying to think how I can improve the hearing, but I'm about real slow. All right. So now it's your turn
Okay.
for the question as well, Anita. So go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
About the outcome.
So, what challenges have helped you become the person that you are?
Ooh, a lot of challenges. One's very internal, others more external. But more internal than external. But the external ones show me how internally I have grown. Because in the end of the day, I have a Taurus moon, so I need to see those progresses. I need to see or to feel that I've been through some challenges, right? So, but the most important I can think right now, it is not the most important generally, but right now my mind thinks about it. It's the fact me separating from my former group of friends.
Okay.
because I was very attached to my group of friends. And detaching from that was a quest for individuality, right? And not much time after I went through that challenge, I started to find better connections to my individuality already. So that was a very quick manifestation, result of me upcoming, not upcoming, going through a challenge because I was very attached to my group of friends and I detached. And that made more space for my individuality to expand. And it was a challenge because I used to go every weekend to chill or party with them. During the week, we'll play video games or we'll chill. Yes, overcoming. So then, going from that to be most of my time alone was a challenge. It was. But I think I was a smart spirit when I chose to have very much Saturnian energy in my chart. Because as I go through the challenge and I feel the hardship, that same hardship tells me, even before I see the result, I already got it.
Okay.
So it was a challenge, yes, but I knew it was the best for me. So it wasn't as tough as, or it was tough, it wasn't shocking or emotionally shocking as it is as it could have been, because while I was going through it, I was already understanding that that was a challenge, or that was an important challenge in my lifetime, right? And then the other one was creating my YouTube channel because I have a very son, right? And I can't be shut up. I can be silent, right? I, I'm here to broadcast. I'm here to express my visions, even though others think I'm crazy or not. I'm here to express myself, right? And
Right.
while I do my videos, I learn about the subject that I'm doing. I mean, sometimes I have already the video completely prepared and everything is fine and all right. But sometimes I jump into my videos with the intention to expand my awareness in the moment. So my channel is an expansion of my individuality as a library of my growth. So it was a great challenge that is paying off right now as well.
Awesome. That's amazing. 'Cause I thought I had a podcast episode on, the beauty and knowing, like the challenges that we have to go through. And I was saying, I feel because of all the external challenges that we're being presented, that the internal challenges that we're putting ourselves through is becoming a lot more easier to be able to break through. Um, so that's great that you've been able to, channel the challenges and accept them. And detaching from friends is very difficult. Because there's people you called every day, or you hanged out with every day. We were close relations, and people you just talk to. And in friendship, there's always a great experience to be able to just have. Being here as spirits and bodies, right? All right. But yeah, that was my question for you. That was my question
Great,
for
great
you.
question. I hope you enjoyed my answer to that
Yes,
as
yes.
well.
Good. Thank you. Thank you.
So
I,
I'm gonna try and refresh the live stream real
okay.
quick just to
Okay.
see if we can get our audio clean, right?
Okay.
So see you in a second.
Cool. Cool. All right. We all well. Thanks everyone that's tuning in. Hope y'all are enjoying. We gonna get the everything worked out. Okay.
Okay, I hope you can hear me better now. And let's continue.
Okay.
So, my next question to you is very simple. How did your interest for football or sports in general show up? And not only that, how then that interest grows into your work or business. I don't like to use the words work or job. Work is better, but into your business. How the interest born and how it grew into your business.
Okay. Well, like I said, I grew up in a sports. Me and my brother played sports. I played basketball. He played football. But we were a sports family. They were always Dallas Cowboys fans and 49 fans, but American football. But when I played basketball, a lot of my teammates played soccer or football as well. And they invited me out to a game, and I enjoyed it. And so I happened to be, it was around 2010, 2011, when I came across Manchester City. And there was the same season Sergio Aguero had scored
Yeah,
I remember the goal, QPR 4-1, 4-3
yeah,
goal right at the end. And so that's when I fell in love with football. I was like, wow, this is awesome. Like, this is amazing. Um, and so I was really for a while. And also what helped was Alex Morgan, if you know who she is. She's one of the USA. Me and her share last names. So I was like, and I was
true,
like, that's great. I was like, oh, that's amazing. I was like, so I watched them. USA women were very successful. They still are. And so I dived into that a little bit, but it didn't happen until COVID hit, and I was trying to figure out, well, what am I gonna do? We're at home. How am I gonna entertain myself? And so I started to watch. Of course, I supported Houston when it came about because I'm from Houston, and so I started watching Houston, and then I started to I was having this, I was waking up, I was having my awakenings. And I was like, well, what am I gonna do? And I was like, I'm gonna have to use something. And I remember Uriel was like, you're gonna have to attach to something, whatever, because it's warfare out here. I was like, oh, so I need to grab something. And so football was something that I had to grab. And then, so when I grabbed it, and I was like, I'm gonna go in this space and see what I can do. I started to, peek the zodiac signs of certain players that I liked more than others. And then, I was like, I can commentate. I enjoy listening to certain commentators. So I was like, I can go ahead and start commentating some of these games. And I was getting to the devil of the details of football, appreciating the growth of the players that I got to see, and appreciating the stars that were already successful. But also then, with the warfare that we were having, seeing how many people I can grab, telling people, it's time to wake up, guys. I'm an individual. I commentate football. You're an individual too. So I just started to just share the message that I could when it comes through football, but try to maintain equilibrium and not get too spiritual on them because it might have went over their head, but still into football. So it's a balance that I'm still learning. But that's how sports and spirituality came about. My YouTube channel. I was like, I want to grab as many people as I can. And I was like, well, sports and especially women's football here in America was starting to grow and get more attention. And I was like, well, I think this is a great tool for me to be able to use and to grab people's attention, and see how we can, I can connect and find people that like sports as well as me. Also finding my tribe, so I was using. I'm still, figuring out the ups and downs of it. And then when I started to learn more about I forgot how I came across Zachary K.
Oh yeah.
and the gematria, and I was like, whoa, hold on, what's all this stuff going on? Like
Yeah.
sports, like, and I was like, hold on, whoa, Ryan, what you talking about? But mainly in the big sports that but still, I was able to find how they were using it to divide us, and how they were using football to manipulate all sports, how they were using the entertainment of sports to subconsciously reprogram us through the subliminals. And I was like, yo, hold on, y'all peep that? You see this, y'all? And then all of a sudden, because of what hit, they're using football for a lot of reprogramming of the minds of the people. And so I was like, yo, I can't, if I'm aware and I'm in this space, I have to make sure I'm giving the right information. I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm telling people what I'm aware of when it comes to what they're doing in the realm of sports, in the realm of women's football, especially since it's gaining more attention here in America. But it had a lot of things. It really helped me express my creativity and express my individuality more. And Anita flying high, a star was born. You know what I'm saying? Your girl, you can't. I was awakening, and I appreciate football, and I think it's a ball, it's a space, it's something that many people appreciate and love, and I started to realize now that I attract so many different people around the world now, which is really great just to hear when they come through on the chat and they talk, to understand their mentalities and understand that we are still trying to we are reprogramming our mentalities, and it is going to take us a minute, especially in sports, because we've been programmed to view it in a certain way, to reprogram and then start to rebuild, and how we can help them, especially the athletes, as well as help ourselves, be better.
That's very important. That's a big vision. And the point that I want to stand out from your answer is the fact that you're like a normal person. Your family was into sports. My family was into sports. I think many families are into sports, but you were able to fly a bit higher. And I usually think to myself, if I can do it, others can do it as well. So I'm the best example. So because it's like you were studying football, you didn't go to school for learning like sports, science or something. You did it for yourself.
Well, I was able to coach. I was able to coach 3 to 14-year-olds in sports, so that really helped me
Oh, awesome.
expand more of my
Okay.
love for it. The children, teaching
Okay.
the children was a great opportunity.
It is really in your path. It is really in your path. It's
Yes.
very
Yeah.
obvious, right? And the thing is, because it came from a personal interest, it's pleasurable to you. So it's not a talent, it's a gift. It's not a work, it's a creativity. And I think that besides the message that you try to pass to people, right? Just the fact that you can make a work or a business out of interest is a great example in itself. So shout out to you. I think that's a great example of how anybody, if you have a personal interest, take it and do something with it. Show it, collect it, sell it. I don't know. You can do it, right?
Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah, you
So
can.
it's very interesting to know that you have an experience as a coach or manager. So because that really gives you a behind the scenes look, you know, that many
Right.
people don't have access to. So that's very important. That shows that your spirit is really in that pathway that most can't see, right? So that's cool as well. And
Awesome.
you touched the topic of Zach. I think that's his name from
Yeah.
Gematria.
Yes,
Yeah, right.
Zach
So
Huckerberg. Yep.
I will follow up. I know it's your time to ask me a question, right?
Yes.
Eh, So go ahead.
Okay. Um, this is kind of a I guess it's a lighter. I said keys to a good relationship.
Can you say it again?
Keys to a good relationship.
Common interests,
Okay.
common interests, common visions for the future and recent present, and that's it.
Okay. Okay.
And that's
Yeah,
it.
I think that's
Like
that
if you
common.
watch the same shows, you talk about the same things. You you don't need to go out of your way to bring security to the relationship, like work extra hours or be at certain places where you don't have the time for the relationship. The other person has different interests, so they don't care about your creativity. That don't work. And if you don't have the same vision for the future, the spaceship, the relationship will lose its fuel, right? So I think those are the two most, or the two keys for relationships: common interests, creativities, entertainment, whatever, and common visions to the future. And that's it.
Okay, right. Because we're always moving forward, not backwards. Well,
Yeah,
sometimes we
exactly.
need to move backwards just to figure out some things, but mainly forward.
Because here on my surroundings, a lot of people, they join because of their bad moments, because of their dark moments, right? And I always have some troubles to fit in because I'm always with the eyes on the future. I'm always looking to do better and not to uh, dive into the best and it was so good, those dark moments. No, you know. So I think that's a mistake many people do, especially in my surroundings, that they connect through lower principles, through that we suffer the same, so let's connect. Instead of
Yeah,
we want to achieve the same, so let's connect. You know, I think that's very important
right.
as
Because
well.
it's like a same with me. I have to remember to let the people go in my past that like if they're not wanting to, I've tried, if they're not wanting to, they see where I'm at and they're not taking the actions to try and do the same or have the vision um, that we all have that is within. I mean, I really can't really help you. I can only be an example. But yeah, that was my little light question. Keys to a good relationship. I like a common interest and a common a vision for the future, which I think is very important because the future is very bright for a soul group.
It's very important because we are here to uplift ourselves. Each one teach one, take your power back, and the relationship is to do that. A very strong example. You shouldn't fall in love. You should rise in love. And many people they fall in love,
Yeah,
right?
basically,
That's
yep. All
the
the
common thing,
That's the common thing. That programming
and
right there.
that's not teaching. That's not
Hmm.
teaching. It's not to fall in love. It's to rise in love, right? And I think
Right.
that's like answers many questions about relationships. I fell in love with him. I fell in love with her. That's the problem. You need to rise in love,
Rise
right?
in love. Right.
So, following up in
Okay.
your last question that you answered, you touched about Zex and gematria and numerology. And since I've been watching you, tapping into that knowledge, learning about it, reading about it, consume your live streams, reading about it. Everybody, check her out, Anita's live streams. She's reading actually the book, so you don't need to buy the book.
Yeah,
Hey, we are giving you things, y'all. We are giving you tools, right?
that's the book.
You don't need to buy the book. Anita's reading the book on her channel. Okay, so you can go ahead and hear Anita read for you. You don't even need to read it. You don't need to buy it. You don't need to read it. Where else you want more? Okay. So since you are more into that uh, knowledge and information, I want you to comment my perspective or theory. So this is not a question about you, or I mean it is, but it's a question about how you see something. It's
Okay.
more in that.
Okay.
It's more in that perspective. How you see my vision. All right.
Okay.
And my vision that I want your comment on is when a team wins a competition, they raise a cup. And we know in astrology, occultism, mysticism, the cup means emotions, feelings, woman, feminine aspect. And you know more than I do the rituals and spells that are behind sports events. So when a team wins, it's like the peak of the ritual or the celebration of we completed the ritual. Let's raise the emotion. Let's raise the intention. So how you connect my perspective with gematria and numerology.
Well. I mean, how it's the numbers, and then for me, I mean, just learning it. It seems that a lot of the games, some teams are picked more than others to raise the trophy more. Um, and that's it's not I guess it's not, you would say it's not fair, right, for certain geographical locations, um that we all should be lifting the trophy for ourselves. We all should be lifting the trophy for ourselves, all should be excited for ourselves, and also I'm excited for the players. um and so when every time I see even if it's a team that I don't really, I'm like, oh, come on, why is it always y'all being picked? Uh, based upon the gematria, I still try to appreciate the players more, their hard work, their efforts. Um, they may be unaware of them being selected to lift the trophy. Uh, but to be able to, I guess, experience that they get to lift the trophy, just have good vibes with them as well when they lift the trophy.
Yeah,
It's it
I see.
it does get difficult because especially because some of the winnings come after tragic events happens at the geographical location. Like, I know a lot of the trophies in Houston that happened was after Hurricane Harvey when it flooded. And so they lifted the trophy for to, I guess, to lift the spirits of us that were in Texas. And that's not cool. That's not cool. Like, they why did and then sometimes they lift trophies because they made that deal that they needed to do, um, based upon the numbers. And it's like, why? And it's a system that continues to play over
Yeah,
and over and over. um
I see.
it's a
So
certain
it can be like celebration of like, oh, we made the deal. Let's celebrate that. Let's to raise the spirits in that ritual or that we want to attract. And we raise them and they go into the cup so we can hold them and use them. Okay, that makes sense. Because what
Yes,
really activated my mind, it was when you said that they lift the spirits in Texas with the cup to lift the spirits. And I was like, yeah, that's
yeah.
a great cup to lift the spirits infinitely. All right, okay. Answer. Question answer.
All
Question
right.
answer. Thank you. I
All
enjoy
right.
that.
Thank you. Welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Um, so I have this one. It says, "What would you like? What what would you like to like travel or experience? Like, if you would like to travel within the 2 years, if there's a certain
Oh,
location that you would like to travel to."
the thing is, we need our own airline.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We need our own airline for obvious specific reasons. Like the gasoline is very expensive. The gasoline, or the Vaseline, it's very expensive as well. If you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
you know. But
Yeah. Do you
I want to go to snow spaces
a snow snake? Oh,
a
okay.
lot. I want to go to snow spaces a lot. A cabin in the woods, in the middle of the snow. Perfect. I don't know. I don't know if I would enjoy it. I just want to go
You don't know if it,
and
you just want to
see
go.
if I would enjoy it or not.
I,
I, like when I imagine it, I just feel such calmness, expansion, and that's traveling. That's Jupiter.
right,
Travel,
Jupiter.
expansion, education, learning from that. Hey, snowy escape. That's my travel plan. Snowy escape.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I want to travel. I want to be able to travel the world, specifically places where marijuana is legalized. The Netherlands is a place that I feel like I want to go to based upon the football team and them being orange. I'm like, I got to go over there for some reason, and I want to go to Mexico as well, and places I see that have really good football atmospheres based upon what I've been seeing. But that's good. Somewhere where there's snow.
So you can come to Portugal as well. It's the football environment here is very strong as well.
Strong.
But next question is
Okay.
uh, ah, you already answered one of my questions during your some other question.
Okay.
It was about how you deal with overthinking or exhausting your mental um, bodies. You already said
Mental.
that. You said something about um,
Meditating and for me,
yeah.
exercising because I have Aquarius in the sixth house and in the seventh house,
Oh,
but in the sixth house,
yeah.
especially my routine. And your girl likes to eat food, so I have to make sure that I stay active at least every other day or every day because um, I just to wear I guess to tire myself out because I do think a lot.
And I agree with you on the part of the exercising because exercising is exorcising. I have a video on the channel talking about that. And by we being air signs, we think so much, we bring a lot of things from the external realm into our internal realm. Because air is yang, the external part of the external. So we bring things from the outside and we put it outside very quickly as well. So we need to exercise. We need to kill certain spirits that they don't agree with our internal world. So exercising, I agree with that. If you're an air sign, or an airhead and you need to focus or to just feel more calm because sometimes things can be crazy up here, exercise. That's true.
Right.
So that was one question that you already have
Okay.
answered. So let me jump to another one.
Okay.
What advice can you give to the people that they can't stay light and high? Or can you help people fly high, you know?
Okay. What advice? Can you repeat that question one more time?
Yeah. What advice can you give to the people that can't stay light and flying high?
Mm, mm, mm. That's a good question. Advice I could give someone to stay light, to stay fly high. Um, hmm. Well, I'm gonna have to think about this. Man, what advice would I give? I mean, sometimes I just have to detach. You just have. I go complete hermit mode, 2 to 3 days, to clear your space, to isolate yourself. Um,
Yeah.
because there's something in the space that's weighing you down, so you can't, be lighter. There's something either I feel like it's most of the time it's external, but we're attracting it internally right to us. So something in your space is keeping you heavy, and you need to look around your surroundings to see what it is and how it's manifesting in your reality, and you have to detach. I'm good at that. I have no
Detach.
problem blocking people, unfriending people, staying off the internet. No problem doing that.
Yeah. Stay
Because
away
it's
from the
needed.
screens.
Stay away from the screens. Um, laugh. You need to laugh.
Yeah.
Find something to laugh about.
That's a very good advice.
Laugh.
That's a very powerful one. It is.
I find that I'm laughing a lot more at some of the things that have used to keep me heavy. I just laugh at it.
Yeah.
Um, I came across a great TV show called Miss Pat. She's a comedian, but it's like a live action comedy, kind of like Tyler Perry, but not like Tyler Perry, but with some real deep topics in it. But I'm laughing the whole 30 minutes, and that really helps. But laughing and detaching are some things you could do to keep yourself flying high. Some things that I do to keep myself in a good space. Because sometimes we don't need to let that BS weigh us down. And then after you're like, what? And you honestly, sometimes after I realize, I come back to, I was like, why did I even allow to think about that? Shouldn't have never got me in a lower state. So you learn after you clear your space. Better boundaries and not allowing external pressures to weigh you down, so you can stay light.
I
But yeah,
agree. And I support and recommend detaching and laughing. Hey, I do that as well. And it works. I guarantee
right.
you, everybody watching, it works. Okay. So, next question.
Show. Okay, first question. Um, okay, so I said, Mm. Dang, hold on. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what I got. Okay, all right. So because I we you're from Portugal, I'm from America, and based upon how we were brought up, they told us a lot of things. I really don't know, not familiar with the Portuguese culture, and I don't know if you're familiar with the American culture. And based upon me liking sports, I attract a lot of people from different locations, right? And so I wanted to know, what did they teach you, as meaning in schooling? What did they teach you about Americans that you realized wasn't so true, or wasn't how they depicted it, or what is something that?
Actually, anything they they depict America in a very real way. I mean, in the news way, they don't like hide anything. Shootings, scandals, and everything that they show that. Okay, they
Okay,
don't try to make America very beautiful. They don't try to make America perfect, but America here is always that great place of technology, money, powerful people. They don't know about the crackheads. They don't know about the
the homeless.
drunk ass aunties.
Yeah. Okay,
They
that's
don't they
unbelievable.
don't know they don't know about homie slice, homie cheese from the hood. They don't know about those things. Like, we don't receive that. If I didn't know SoulGroup and Dolo, there would be so many even expressions and terms and concepts from America that were originated from America that we don't know. Like, what is shown to us is a powerful but unstable country. Powerful but chaotic,
Yeah.
and very juicy in drama, basically. Very powerful, very rich, very economical. The politics are always flunked out, always weird presidents and people. Like here in Portugal, being a politician is a bit more serious. You know, they have more respect for their role. In America, they just, hey, I'm a politician. Let me make people laugh or something. It's way more of a screen role from Hollywood.
Right.
Here in Portugal, they are more composed. They at least pretend they want to be serious while they're not. But yeah, that's the image we got from America. It's like a very funny place where everything can happen. You have a vision, go to America. It will come true over there. The old west, the old wild west, the Florida. Hey, Florida. I want to go to Florida. That's crazy.
Florida.
Florida is lit. Florida is lit. Florida is lit.
Cool.
Yeah. And it's like a land of wonders, and everything can happen. That's mostly what we receive. And they don't hide anything that, like, they don't lie to you about the normal things. They lie about the child trafficking. They lie about the inside jobs. But that's with every country and organization that do practice those practices. So I think my answer to your question is, we receive the image as it is, as the country is. We know that it's crazy and volatile and fertile, and I don't know. To me, it's like America is that place where everything can happen. Everything,
Yeah.
and that's why I want to visit America. I just want to feel that vibe of this land is so bountiful that even my craziest idea can come true here, and that's great.
Ah, okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, because I mean, I be here. I get people all types of comments because most of them immediately, they look at me and they're like, oh, they come with the stereotypes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
hold on, yo, I'm from the universe. I don't know. I'm not what you
Yeah.
think I am. Just because I'm in, and so that's why I always ask them, um, where are you from? And then I try to. It's hard because I can't put my mind, and I don't know what they're
Yeah. Yeah.
taught
I
about us
understand.
Americans. So that's something that I'm learning to.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. And then you have like the adults perspective, how adults view America, and then how
Right.
people my age view America. Adults is
Right.
like, oh, so powerful, such rich land, so mighty. Like even with a bit of inferiority, they look at America as America is a better country than Portugal, right? But then us young people is like, oh, music, trap, drugs, guns, let's
Right.
go,
I tell them everything. I'm like, listen, y'all. I was like, I'm trying to get up out of America. Yo, hold on. I'm trying to get up out of here.
Yeah, because
Y'all want to know?
America is tough, but it's a good decoy. It has good attraction, you know. It looks cool, it
And
looks
be like,
awesome, but it's a trap. It's a trap.
I'll be like,
It's a trap.
dang. I'm like, yeah, a lot of people, a lot, so far, the ones that I've kind of been receiving, um, some of them think we're smart asses. But
Yeah,
I tell them, I'm like, yo, look. I don't. This is what this. I always tell them this. I tell people like they make America seem as the land of the free, and I'm like, I tell them we're not free over here. I hope you know that.
yeah.
Um,
No, no,
and I
no.
tell them, I'm like, we're not free over here. I'm like, I don't even
True.
know. And that's what I tell them. And they're like, depending on what age they are, I don't know if they dip out, they're out. That's not what they want to hear. So, I'm not. Maybe I'm not for you. Then it is what it
Yeah,
is. But I
but like
think that. Oh,
the
say.
younger generation here, we know that America isn't that perfect country. That my parents think America is a great country. My parents look at America like the best country in the world. But no. Actually, that's relative because Portuguese people they love Portugal to death. You know, like right now in August, not everybody, but almost everybody that is working outside of the country, they come back in August. Almost everybody. Like, imagine you have a little town and the liquor store is empty all year. In August, you can't go there. It's too much people. Everybody comes back from France, from Switzerland, from UK, from America. Every Portuguese people working outside, they come back in 1 month. It's crazy. The beaches get full,
Dang.
the supermarkets get full. So people love Portugal, but they look at America as a better developed country. The young people, we know it's fucked up, we know it's crazy. That's why many want to go there. Many young people want to go there because they think it's lit, they think it's the shit. And then
Yeah.
hey, bro, I told you,
Eh,
it's a trap.
It's a trap. Gotta be careful. You
So
need some.
I have one last question for you. I think you have one
Okay.
more question for me
Yeah, I have one
or
more
two.
question.
Yeah. So last question. You do your live streams, right? You do your broadcasts, and it's inevitable that some vampires, some demons, they show up, right? How do you deal with them?
Right.
How do you deal with toxic individuals, esoteric vampirism through your work and online broadcasts?
Well, I'm starting to learn to uh I challenge them. I challenge them
Oh, okay.
immediately because because I've been able to watch what I've learned since I've been able to watch the NWSL Twitch chat and see the vampires that come into their chat.
I see. I
I
see.
see
The Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, knowing the tactics that they use, and they're tricky. They manipulate in all types of ways, especially when you start to you start to have a good, you're starting to go in and you're starting to have a message, and then all of a sudden they pop up out of nowhere, chat, and then I challenge them immediately and I question their mentalities. What makes you think that? Who are you? And then immediately they most of the time, some of them, they play on that. They try to talk back, but usually after you can't feed them, you can't give them any currency, and then it's like you want, because everyone needs love, but the way you are showing love, that is not how you're going to receive love back. And so they're going to have to learn, if they want love, they need to be able to transmute that whatever energy that they got going on, because that ain't the way it goes. That's not harmonious for us as people on the planet. That type of energy.
So it's not the case where you fight fire with fire. It's not the case.
For sure. It's necessary. It's needed right now.
Expression.
Right. Yeah. Me. I learned that I was very passive. And so now I realize I can't be passive anymore. I just have to be like, listen, I don't know who you think you are, but you're in my space. My space is welcoming, but you're not going to be able to manipulate or trick me or whatever whatever your intentions were to take from me. That's not allowed in my space. So they're gonna either go away, or they're gonna transmute and they're gonna understand.
Place some limits and boundaries. It's like,
right,
you are a vampire, not in here though. In here you a bitch and shut the fuck up. You are not a vampire. You have no power here.
Right, real shit. They don't.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of the people that are they know that we have been raised to be a lot more sensitive and to care about more, and that's what they feed off of, that and that naiveness, that sensitiveness. I'm a nice person, but I realized I was allowing vampires to drain me, and I was being naive and just allowing that, and so I had to realize, no, I got to set some boundaries, because they're not going to stop unless I stand up, unless I say something. And so, if they want to still be in my space, most of the time they do, because I'm a great person to be around. They'll come around and realize they got to be correct, because I'm only trying to benefit you. We only trying to help each other.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, you're giving them a free stream, and they are being assholes to you. Like, what? I'm giving you service and entertainment, and you are here trying to criticize me or my work. What? I'm not even paying for this. Why are you like that?
Yeah. They have to, and that's a lot.
I really like what you said of everybody needs love, but you are not going to receive the same love that you give, because they give love in hatred form,
right?
Toxic form, and you can just say, "Oh, you're so cute, you're so nice," but you also can't do what they do. So you need to find a way in being the nice people and being a demon as they are. You need to fuse those ways to show them, hey, you're a demon, but you don't need to be a demon. You don't need to do that.
Right.
We are here to work with each other, to have fun with each other, to support each other, right? Not to just throw rocks at everybody.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I agree with you.
So we already have enough of that already. We already have enough of that already.
It's enough.
We don't need you to help. We're clear.
Times. We're smarter now. We're smarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's proceed.
Okay, so my question is so How big of an impact do you think SoulGroup will be able to make?
A lot, a lot,
A
a
lot.
big ass impact, and it is already having an impact. You know,
Right.
first in the soul group member's life. If you are part of the soul group, that has an impact in your life. So the soul group has already changed my world, your world,
Yeah.
somebody else. So that's one impact, right? And because we do things in such an original way, we will never associate with an industry or with a middleman. And that's the key point of us being impactful. And then, after we successful, after we exploded, comes the important part: how to direct that influence. Now that we are so powerful, everybody looking at our movies, music, video games, broadcasts, what do we do with that influence? What do we do with that power? And right now, as we speak, is the moment to plan that, right? Because
Right.
you made the bed where you sleep. So if the soul group grows, and that's a very touchy topic, because you have people, they think they soul group and they are not. And you have people, they
Right.
never heard about soul group and they soul group.
Right.
It's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. So we have those examples of people, they, I don't want to use the quotes on people, I want to use the quotes on detached. They detached from the soul group, right? They made it public,
Right.
but they were never soul group. That's the thing. They were never
Right.
soul group. Because if they were soul group, they wouldn't spill their tea in that way. Because what is a soul group? A group of souls, a group of individuals. So if you are an individual, a spiritual observer, instead of you spilling the tea, you hold in and you transmute it for your creativity. You don't go and be the victim, you don't go and attack other people. So you have people in China, in Vietnam, they are changing their small worlds with their own individuality. You have old people in the streets of New York changing their world. That's so good, That's not just being connected on Instagram or watching those live streams or, and that is important because we need to know how to see the impact of the soul group, what is impactful and what is not, right? Because we have a lot of people that make music or art in general, and they think they soul group, but that's not, like, you can say that, but you are not,
Mm-hmm.
because there is a whole industry of music, and they are not they're soul group. So it's not because you have an art, it's not because you have a gift that you have that you are soul group. It's how you do it, how you direct it. And if right now you direct your power and attention to individuality, creativity, we don't need middlemen. We can be rich. We can construct our own infrastructures. If you use your gifts and talent for that, you soul group. And like, if you have just songs or just paintings, and you don't try to expand awareness, you don't try to expand you awareness, you don't bring your own content, you don't bring your own perspective, you're not soul group. You are a musician, you are an artist, you are an astrologer, you are a tarot reader. There is a lot of those, but there is few soul group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Right.
even people that are not connected with soul group, they soul group because they are checking. They are. So my point is that there are already being impactful in their world. That was my point. So the SoulGroup is already impactful. Now into the future, what I imagine is music labels, sports teams, having our own like uh, esports tournaments, having our own vacation spots where like, hey, people from the Magic Square, you need a break, you need to chill. Come to the SoulGroup spot in the nature. We got some
Right.
hammocks, we got some picnic tables. You can chill by the flowers. You spend 2 weeks here. You come back to the Magic Square. But this is SoulGroup Resort, and that's it. We take what we do with ourselves, like you take care of yourself, I take care of myself, Daria takes care of herself. We take some cool ass baths, we smoke some good herbs, we meditate, and we just, hey, you you don't take care of yourself. Come, I can teach you or I can show you how I take care of myself. Hey, that's so good. And that's the impact. That's for me, it's the major impact that so good can have in the world. Teach others that you can take care of yourself as good as I do. So if you don't do that to yourself, you are not so good and you can't go with the shift of changes. Because we only started. And many people say, this is slow, or I'm not so good anymore. They don't understand Saturn. They don't. They don't understand Saturn energy. Shit takes time, bro. Time.
Yeah.
There is certain companies, the rich companies that people worship, they take 6 to 5 years to make 3% profit. 6 to 5 years to make 3% profit. And we have people, they call themselves SoulGroup, they want others, they want YOLO, they want more exposed people from the SoulGroup to have buildings already, to have labels already, and they are waiting for Dolo or for Dave D, for example, to make his own label. But they are not bringing anything to the table. So they are misjudging the impact of SoulGroup. SoulGroup is already impactful. We're already changing the world right now as we speak. I'm always saying that. I'm always saying that. What you and I are doing it right now, this interview is changing the world right now. Nobody has done something like this before. And if they did it, they didn't do like us. So we are changing the world
Yep.
right now just by doing this interview, just by bringing Daria here, Steven was here, Xavier was here, all, changing the world right now. And that's powerful. That's impactful. But somebody who is not soul group, they will not understand that impact. So to answer your question, we have to define how to evaluate impact. Okay? And that's very subjective, but to me, it's like having our own world, having our own little nation, having our hotels, having our boats, our own airline. You don't need extra things to enter the airplane. You don't need this, you don't need that. You just need you and your luggage. And that's it.
No shit.
We have our own
No
water
shit.
parks, You don't need this,
No shit.
you
Yeah.
don't need that. You pay the ticket, you go in, you cool, you have fun. You know?
Right. And we don't play that, and like you hit it right on the head. Also, when you said, first, Soul Group has made a big impact in my life. Like,
Yeah.
this is an experience that is incredible. Like, just finding people that resonate with you, of course, finding people that uh, love you, just wants to see you do better and want to help you along the journey. And we it takes time. It takes time. It takes time. Like
Takes
it really
time.
does. And that's a mission that you have to be willing to do a travel to fly. And if you're not willing to take that time for yourself, because it's going to make a big impact in your life. Like, and then we're going to be tested along the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Along the way.
exactly. If you
And we got to remember the mission. The mission is, to
the
continue
mission,
to remember and to continue to build, expand. The universe has gotten really caged based upon this magic square. We got to expand it
real
and,
shit. Real
continue,
shit.
and just be an example. Remind people you can expand the universe in your way as well, in your individual
Yeah,
way. And we need your gifts and talents to be able. We need your gifts and talents here,
yeah,
to get to show for you first, for as an example, and then for others as well, so they can be like, oh yeah, Soul Group was here, and they were showing us that we can expand and we can still come together in all shapes and forms, and we got all types of people, all types of people, and the mission will be here for you. And we
yeah.
got, but it's gonna be a mission. It's a mission. And I always tell people, life is an internal, everlasting journey, not just in this
Yeah.
body, but in other realms that will be in.
And I was just thinking about that while we were speaking. I was thinking, if this world don't want us to build here, you better kill me first, because the next world I'm in, oh, we already got some things built in the esoteric realm. If if we get uh, a chance to bring that down here, we will. And if we don't
They
do it
better come
here,
on with
yeah,
it.
we will create a world for ourselves. We're already doing that. How much more Soul Group connects, the stronger our world is, you know. And that's the impact of Soul Group, creating a
Right.
world for you, creating a literal world for ourselves. That's the real impact that Soul Group can have. That's how we create worlds. We agree with each other. We have a creed, a common creed, a common agreement, and we pay attention to the same set of laws, of principles, of ways to move, and that shit manifests. And
Right.
we are doing that right now. This interview is recreating a world right now, and that's impactful.
Right now.
We need to know how to recognize that. We need to know how to Saturn. Every video on my channel talking about that. Most people on this earth, they forgot about Saturn. They don't recognize Saturn. They don't. They don't recognize the small wins make the big win. You know, and
Right.
they think that a small loss is a big loss. They got things separated. Small wins build up to a big win. And it's not because you lose one time, you lose forever. You have to keep working. You have to be patient. Keep motivated. Trust your goal. Trust your mission. And until it's done, it's not done. Until it's done, it's not done. Do it. Let's
Right.
go. It's time.
Right.
It's Saturn.
It's here.
It's time. It's
We're
Saturn.
building. Okay. Well, I wanted to share with you the surprise.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, uh, it's from a Soul Group member,
Oh,
Miss Sierra Waters. I got my magic wand today.
damn.
Oh, okay. I'm
I love
trying
the
to
handle. I love the handle. It's beautiful.
got the. So I haven't posted on Instagram yet, but I'm gonna shout her out, of course. So
Damn.
Sierra Waters. It is with Paulus selenite and seashells, opalette and
It's
green
so cool.
green green aventurine. Oh, I'm getting these names, but crown chakra energy. I was
Yeah, it is
looking on
very
you.
weird.
Um, yeah, crown chakra energy. And he was talking about Pisces energy, Aries energy, and Taurus energy. Um, and so what I think I was trying to
Interesting.
Google more on how it's going to help me, of course, when I meditate. And but yeah, it's very beautiful. Got it on
Yeah,
here.
but I get your point. But wands is more to direct energy. So when
More
you are
okay.
meditating, you want to clear your energy. You don't want to use it. With the wand, you point your energy.
Ah, I see. I
And
see.
you can use your fingers. Your fingers is the best wand you can have. Like imagine, you and I are having a conversation,
Mm-hmm.
but I have a hidden agenda. I have a thought. I want to manifest a car. And then I make with my finger, hey Anita, there's a car over there, but there is no car. And you'll be like, what? A car? I pointed you to believe in my vision. That's why you can use your wand. You point yourself into a direction. Or imagine
Mm.
you are watching television for too much time. You have too much on your mind, right? You can use that wand because that wand is very clear, is very crystalline, right? You can
Uh-huh.
point the energy you receive from television straight to the street, so you don't have it in your house or in you. Because the wand is clear, it will clear the energy as it goes through you to the wand to the outside. Or you can point it to another crystal and gem, to a plant, to a ritual, to your natal chart. One is to direct energy, basically, or
Direct
direct
entity.
intentions.
Okay.
You know,
That's okay.
that's why they point it. That's why they point it, so
Yeah.
you can point it. So wait,
Mm.
beautiful work.
Yeah,
So beautiful
so
piece.
Sierra Waters got it from her. Came in pretty fast, pretty well. Yeah, I did. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you.
Hey,
Um,
I'm glad because when you showed that, it was like a clear light popped on the screen. It was a real clear, strong energy. Thank you. Thank you.
no,
It
you're
was a good
welcome.
sight.
Nice.
So,
Yes.
everybody, we now here the end of our live stream with some sound issues, but it is what it is. You must do what you gotta do with what you have right now, and the
Right.
real spirits, the real goddess and gods will look at you and say, yay. You know it? So, Anita, thank you very much for your presence here with us. Everybody in the chat, thank you. Everybody watching the recorded version, thank you. Remember to check my and Anita's links in the description below. And Anita, say goodbye to the viewers.
Oh, well, thank you, everyone, for having me. Thank you, Esoteric Cloud Surfer. Thank you, Daria, for coming through. Everyone, Stephen. I think
Yeah,
there's a lot of people in the
read
chat.
what Dari is saying
It
to the
says
device.
the crystals are already charged with our attention. All you got to do is direct it for your mouth. Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because me and Daria and the people watching the stream, we pay attention to the wand. So you can use that
Mm-hmm.
energy in any direction you want. You just need to know where you want to direct it. So you have a lot of attention in that crystal and gem. So it's charged right now. You don't even need to put it in the sun. Me, you, and Daria charge that crystal right now. That's good advice, Daria. Good
Awesome.
advice.
Thank you, Daria. Well,
Thank you,
yes,
Daria.
thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
everyone. Y'all are so you're. I like y'all. I mean, I love listening to the aquas. It pretty much everyone in the soul group. Every perspective is needed to see the different angles we can help build our life, build our world.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's like
and
your issue with Paramount. It's not just one frequency, not just one broadcast. A lot of broadcasts. Let me
right,
stream. Let me stream on YouTube. Damn.
yeah, yeah. Shoot, neither. I don't know. There. I don't know when that will happen, but we'll see. I'll just have to. I mean,
Damn.
to go. I mean, the future is your girl's going to be having her own sports newscaster, and
Yeah,
I'll have people
exactly.
around the
Like
world.
you buy a camera, you go to the
Yeah,
stadium. I'm
I'm doing it myself. What you talking
You can't
about?
censor me. I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Right. What you gonna say? Yeah, and
So
with
it
good
was a
intention.
pleasure. It
Thank
is
you.
almost 2 hours. It was very fast, at least for me. It means I was having fun. Just the sound issue was an issue, but I will resolve that.
Oh,
You better believe
no.
I will resolve that issue so I can have even Pokemon. Yeah, that's right, everybody. I also have a new gaming channel. Go check that out. I do Pokemon Unite streams. I do Pokemon VGC content, and I will bring some new surprises to the channel. So keep your eyes open. It's in my Linktree description below. Go on and check it out. And until the next time, viewers, Daria, Anita, EsotericCloudSurfer is surfing out. Much love. I
Peace.
wish you the best ideas, feelings, emotions, and thoughts. And I wish that you follow your individuality so you can maintain your sanity. Until the
Hey,
next time, EsotericCloudSurfer surfing out. Everybody, Anita, Daria, Dolo, SoulGroup, take care of yourselves.
peace, everyone.